Oh shit, here we go again.
Tommy Vassetti? Shit. Didn't think they'd ever let him out.
No, my bike!
Poke my head out of the gutter for one freaking second and fate shovel shit in my face. Hey guys, it's Ken Rosenberg here. Hey, great, hey. Well, I'm gonna drive you guys to the meet, okay?
Oh, shit.
20 years later, we're back in the 1980s. How you doing everyone? DMC back with another video. And the GTA Trilogy is finally here. And the community is incredibly mixed. Some people are up in arms, saying that it's a piece of shit, should never have been released. The usual. And the other side are saying, you know, it's fantastic, can't believe it's finally here, great to be back in Vice City. So yeah, we're going to dive into all this, see what's going on here. So I mean, first off, I've been playing Vice City because that was my favourite one. And I've played about, what, maybe about 3/4 of the way through the game now, and I'm loving it. I mean, sure, there's problems that were never there on the PS2, such as the vehicles blow up fast as fuck. Couple of other wee minor things here and there, but nothing that would put me off playing the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's 3 games, remastered-ish. The texture, obviously, we'll dive into the textures in a wee minute, but yeah, there's nothing game-breaking that I've noticed that stops me from playing it, so I think people are just being incredibly picky, but like I said, we'll get into that. So, I've seen over on Reddit, a lot of people complaining about the models. And aye, fair enough, if you do compare them to the original PS2 models, or even some of the modded ones that we've seen previously, they are quite shit. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but come on, they are quite pathetic. Why has Rockstar been going after all these modders, taking down all these saves and all sorts? Because they know. They know that Grove Street Games hasn't done the greatest of jobs here, because let's be honest, even when they were the company previous, was it War something, they didn't do very good jobs then either. I don't think there's one port they've done that's decent, apart from maybe this. Like, this is a decent port, but for me that says how good GTA was to begin with. Like, it'd be very hard for you to fuck this up and make it bad. But they very nearly did. See, the cars, like, when you're driving about, most people won't know this, so I'm going to explain this. The GTA engine that they used for the PS2, the frame rate of it was tied to the vehicle speeds, which I think is still the exact same case with this port, because all they've done is taken the source code, took it into Unreal Engine, upgraded some assets here and there, blah blah blah, but they never fiddled with the frame rate. They've put the frames, I think it's capped at 60, but even that's on Xbox anyway, and it doesn't reach 60. It struggles to get to 60 frames, but when it does, trust me, if you're driving about, you're going to have a hard time, because if you crash into something, you're going to blow up in 2 seconds flat. You'll see vehicles spawn in out of nowhere and just fly past you, and there's not really much you can do about it. But as far as I'm concerned, those are things that can be fixed, given the right amount of time, which obviously should never really have been the case in the first place, considering this is a 20-year-old game that's getting remastered. But it is what it is. Grove Street Games aren't exactly the best at making ports of games, so this is what you get, what you pay for in this situation, really. But the nostalgia factor is still there. It's still GTA, do you know what I mean? It's still Vice City, it's still San Andreas, it's still GTA 3. They haven't changed the story. Fair enough, they might have removed a few wee things that have pissed people off. I don't really care about that. If a guy wearing a Confederate flag on his shirt is what make or breaks a game for you, you got a problem. Although I agree they shouldn't really have changed it, because at the end of the day GTA is satirical and it was about poking fun at that character, so there was not really a need to remove it, but it is what it is. Like, it's a Confederate flag, so they didn't want it in the game, it's gone. I'm pretty sure that's... People are looking at that the wrong way as well, because I'm pretty sure that's just to do with the App Store and the fact that this is going to be a mobile port as well, so you're going to be able to get the definitive edition on your mobile at some point, and if it's on the Apple Store, they don't allow you to have stuff like that, so it's probably been removed so they can put it on that marketplace. That's the way you got to look at that. As far as songs being removed, I understand they weren't able to get some licenses back in time for the game coming out. The funny one that struck me was, if you've ever played Vice City, there's a band in Vice City called Love Fist, right? Which is a fake band made especially for GTA as like satire parody of all these other rock bands that were around at the time. They couldn't relicense one of their fake songs that they made for Vice City. However that works out fucking baffles my mind, but yeah, so they couldn't get their own song back. Now I know a lot of people were like, oh, but Michael Jackson's not in it either. Listen, that one wasn't Rockstar's fault. I will actually back them up on this one. That was the Michael Jackson estate pretty much coming out and saying that if Michael Jackson was alive and realised what GTA was, he would have never put his music in the game, which I do think is a bit bullshit, because I mean, he was alive when all the GTAs were out. I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson's aware of what a GTA is. But aye, that was their reasoning behind it. That's why we don't have Michael Jackson in the game. I can live with that. It still lives in my head. Whenever I'm driving about, I can just hum it to myself, just like you can. Use your imagination, folks. So yeah, music out the way. The one thing I do agree with people here, they've AI upscaled a lot of signs, right? Now, if you're like me, you're like most GTA players back in the day, when you were driving about, sometimes you'd stop, you'd look at the signs, you'd look at the shops, you'd see what's going on, and you'd notice a lot of them are quite fucking funny. They're like parodies of stuff like Top Fun, mostly stuff like Freckle Bitches in San Andreas. But yeah, so for some reason Grove Street Games thought it would be a good idea to go over the game with an AI upscaler to fix lots of signs and stuff that they obviously didn't have textures for. But the AI doesn't know what it's fucking doing. So it's went and ruined some of the shop names, changed them completely, or put spelling mistakes and just stuff that if you were a GTA fan, you'd be like, here, hold on a minute. And that's not really acceptable, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, you've got a full team of developers. Why are you AI upscaling stuff? I will agree, that is the laziest thing I've heard in a while. Rockstar didn't have AI back in the day when they were making those signs out of fucking 240p pixels, and they still put all the hard work into it, so how can you not? But yeah, I know people are feeling hard done by when it comes to those sort of things, but if you can overlook that, I think you've got a really great trilogy on your hands here. And obviously if you've got Game Pass, you can experience San Andreas for free. If not, the 60 quid price tag is a bit of a joke for free €20 games that have been literally just texture upscaled and like 2 mechanics added in. But let me know what you think down below. Like, how are you getting on with the GTA Trilogy? Is it worth your money? Is it worth your time? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? What? But yeah, so thank you very much for watching anyway. I hope you really enjoyed the video. I know it's something a little bit different from what we usually do, but we'll be back to regularly scheduled content very shortly. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video, and subscribe if you've not already, and have some content delivered straight to your daily box. But until next time, again, thank you very much for watching, and as always, DMC out.
Oh, way to go, tough guy. Beat him to a pulp. That should make him real chatty.
You want some too?
Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother.
Oh yeah? And what's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead.
Accidents happen. Get lost.
Hey, whoa. no need to go all long range on my ass. The way I see it, we two hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back.
My back's just fine, brother.
You sure about that? Here, take this. Follow me.